Ian Strung here with another CanCon Classic segment. On May 27th of this year, me and my friend Ron Baker attended the Murderecords Garage Sale in Kensington Market in Toronto. This was the second annual such event. I had not been to last year's, so I did not know what to expect. Murderecords is the record label of the band Sloan and others. This label has been around since the early 90s and originally started out issuing music by Halifax bands, with the likes of Thrush Hermits, Super Friends, Local Rabbits, Al Tuck, and Jail having released albums with them. Sloan has always been one of my favorite bands, and I knew they were going to be releasing a new repressing of their 2006 double album Never Hear the End of It. I wanted to make sure I got myself a copy, so that's why we were there. My buddy Ron is known as Blue Suit Ron in the Sloan community and has been in their videos. We got there around noon and walked to the back of the line. On the way, we saw and spoke to Chris Murphy, Sloan's bassist, as well as Rob Butcher from the Sloancast, the first ever podcast on Sloan. I also met the father-son combo behind that other Sloan podcast, Sloan A to Z. The album Never Hear the End of It was on a loop. One thing that kept coming up in conversation whenever the song Ana Lucia came on was its similarity to the earlier track by Sloan, Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky. Here's what I mean. Ana Lucia and the rest of Never Hear the End of It came out in 2006. 2 albums previously, Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky was released on Pretty Together in 2001. I love Never Hear the End of It. I think it's one of Sloan's greatest albums, and Ana Lucia is one of my favorite tracks on it. But the song Ana Lucia comes with an asterisk in my mind and in the mind of other Sloan fans because it seems to reuse a riff from Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky. Here's the riff from Never Seeing the Ground from the Sky from 2001. Now here's a clip of Ana Lucia from 2006. Ana Lucia rocks. It's about a little girl, much like Chris's earlier Take the Bench, and this is only obvious if you know what to listen for. It's a clever concept, but parts of the song have the same DNA as Andrew Scott's earlier Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky. When I finally got to the front of the line, I wanted to tell Chris that I was a part of Sloan's history. I was on the Gooseberry Records collection. Back in 2009, my band Cold Dead Hands CA was asked to contribute to this double CD compilation Take It In, a tribute to Sloan. We did Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky, which we sped up quite a bit. We had to learn the 7/4 riff, which I remember Andrew saying he didn't realize it was in 7/4 when I met him and gave him a copy of the CD way back when. I was getting pretty used to the idea that nobody would ever comment on our contribution to this collection. It was just too obscure. It's not on streaming. It was back in 2009. But on Rob Butcher's Sloancast, they talked about it. Not every track, but they were acknowledging the existence of this Take It In, a tribute to Sloan on Gooseberry Records. And so this was something I mentioned to Rob Butcher of the Sloancast as soon as I saw him. We're on this album. So I told Chris Murphy about it when we got to the front of the line. He asked what song we did, and I said, Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky. At this exact second, Ana Lucia comes on the stereo, and Chris gestures to the stereo as if to say, what a coincidence, here's that riff. I told him the honest truth, which was that I probably liked Ana Lucia more, but in the brain of a Sloan fan taking in their music as it is released year after year, Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky way preceded Ana Lucia with the same riff. I'm an originalist, so I taught the other Cold Dead Hands how to play Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky, complete with its 7/4 riff. What Chris had to say next surprised me. Here's Chris Murphy with his definitive take on the similarities between these two songs, Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky off the 2001 album Pretty Together, and Ana Lucia off the 2006 album Never Hear the End of It.
People who are familiar with Sloan's entire catalog may have clocked the fact that there are 2 songs that kind of have the same riff. One is called Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky. It's on our Pretty Together record from 2001. And one is called Ana Lucia, and that's on our Never Hear the End of It record from, even the name of the record sounds like the name of the song, from 2006. And you might think that the one that came out chronologically later is making reference to the song that came out chronologically sooner. But in fact, both of them come from the same kind of riff farm. Now, when we were making our 2001 record, Pretty Together, I thought that it would be fun to make basically what I was calling a riff farm, which ended up being just a bunch of ideas that were put onto a CD and everybody could choose from them. And I kind of thought maybe two different people would choose the same elements and we'd make two different songs out of them. And it wouldn't matter to us because we split everything in 4 anyway. So even if there were callbacks on the record, anyway, that didn't end up really happening. But both Andrew and I took from this one idea, and basically Ana Lucia as a song kind of existed first, but it was Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky that came out first. Anyway, they both end up having the same kind of riff, and they do refer to each other. And I don't mean to be petty about who was first. We were both kind of using the same little riff farm, and I've been still using the riff farm to this day. I think I'm still using ideas from it. Anyway, I hope that clears it up. I like both songs. And as I say, we all own a quarter of all the songs, so it doesn't matter.
Now, since this is a cover spot, we're going to play Cold Dead Hands CA's version of Never Seeing the Ground for the Sky off the Gooseberry Records collection Take It In, a tribute to Sloan from 2009. This is me, Ian Strung, on guitars and vocals, with Robin DeYoung on bass, Rob Kisler on drums in his final performance with the band, and Mick Stravostova produced the session. Then we're going to play the whole song of Ana Lucia off Never Hear the End of It. Enjoy!
I really wanna know. I really, really need to know.
That was Anna Lucia off Sloan's Never Hear the End of It, which is one of my favorite songs off this double album, but I've never heard it live. This week, Sloan plays History Nightclub in Toronto with Kiwi Jr. on Friday, July 7th. The next day, Cold Dead Hands CA plays the Doc Ellis on Saturday, July 8th. We're on first. I hope to see you there. Next time on CanCon Classics with me, Ian Strung, the Murderecords Garage Sale Part 2 with special guest Jay Ferguson of Sloan. Tune in.